Girl, you want my advice? Are you sure? Hi guys, welcome back to CCTV. So I'm just trying to film this video quickly. I'm literally filming it the same day it's going to be up, so I'm just going to talk straight through and hopefully I don't have to edit too much. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Go ahead and click subscribe, and if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for joining us back here today. So today we are doing, I guess it's kind of a real talk but not. Basically, it's an advice video. I got a message from a subscriber this week about a relationship problem, girl, and she wanted my advice, and I was very flattered. I was like, girl, are you sure you want my advice? So I asked her if I could use this to make a video so she's aware. So I'm just going to, I don't actually even know her name. So what I'll do is read the message to you guys so you can like hear her dilemma, and then I'll give you kind of my advice and take on the situation. I met a guy on Plenty of Fish. Girl, that might be the first error. He was good and we chatted on the internet for 2 days straight. Then we chatted on the phone for 7 days. Then he came and saw me. It was a first date. Did he come and see you at your house? Like, come and see me sounds like he came to your house, girl. Did he come to your house or did you meet up? Because a first date, as far as I'm concerned, a first date shouldn't be in anybody's house. But anyway, okay, so she said they met up for a first date, right? On the first day, we spent 7 hours together. We opened up a lot and basically everything was good. He knew what he wanted and we had a mutual agreement of no sex until we get married. Okay, so maybe individually they had decided that, or did they decide that as a couple? We had a mutual agreement. No, that sounds like, so you both had a mutual agreement on your first date not to have sex before marriage. So you guys were talking about marriage on your first date. Okay, girl. Everything was blessed and good. On the second date, we were official. Yo, you lot are moving fast. So you lot was girlfriend and boyfriend on the second date. Okay, cool. He is a 25-year-old quantitative surveyor and I am 23. Okay, so you're still quite fairly young, but cool. So you've had a first date, you spoke about marriage, you've had a second date, you're together, and you're both under the age of, well, he's 25 and you're 23. Within a short space of time, I was in love. He did all the right things. I used to say he'd be my friend, but he would always say to me, me and you will never be friends. But I never understood what he means. Okay, but you just told me that on the second date you became a couple, so why would you always be friends? Or did you mean that like no matter what happened we'd always be friends? Maybe that's what she meant. He is very serious, he is very career minded. Good. While I like to enjoy myself and be a bit more relaxed. Okay, so she's more, you know, blasé about stuff. Cool. On the second month I noticed he had reduced contact with me. I would ask him if he was okay and he would just say yes. But to be honest, I was pissed off and I was getting bored. I needed more. Well, yes, in the second month it should still be honeymoon period, so you shouldn't be losing contact with him already. I would be bored too, girl. So it came to a weekend when there was absolutely no contact, she goes on. I was getting really upset and emotional and I sent him a message and I said, I think it's the end for good, just so you know. From that, I expected a phone call so I could speak to him and maybe sort things out. But all he said was, right, okay, thanks for letting me know. I was going mad and upset. The next day I texted him and told him I didn't really say that because I meant it. I said that because I needed attention. See, mind games, girl, mind games. He said he's not ready for emotional tests, so we should call it quits. He is a Capricorn, I am a Taurus. We are both very compatible, but he is like a dad, but very sexual, which I love. Okay, girl, we're going to come back to that. On the Sunday we spoke, I admitted what I did wrong. Basically, we had a chat that he still likes me and stuff, but he said he's not emotionally ready. Plus, he's got a new job in Scotland, so he will be back and forth and cannot commit to a relationship. It's been 1 week since that phone call. I miss him. I'm scared to contact him. I don't know if it's appropriate to contact him, as he said he doesn't want to string me along. I don't know if he's even worth the wait. because he was a man I could see my future with, but I don't know if he still thinks that way anymore. Please help me. Where do I stand? Am I supposed to message him or give him a break? He also has never commuted before, but he did that for me. So I do think he genuinely thought I was his soulmate. Girl, let's get into this. Okay, girl. First of all, you met this guy of Plenty of Fish, right? So that's fine. A lot of people use Plenty of Fish. Like, personally, I've heard it's a bit of a weird place, but some people have found true love from Plenty of Fish. So that's cool. You've met him. You've gone on a first date with this man. I don't know what type of date it is, but somehow you have opened up to him and you both have come to a mutual agreement that if you were going to be in a relationship together, you would not have sex before marriage. Heavy stuff. Heavy stuff to be discussing on a first date. Then you say by the second date, you were an item. So you've now decided within basically 2 times of you seeing each other that you're in a relationship and you're not going to have sex before marriage within that relationship. Now that's cool and that's great, but I need to understand where you guys' backgrounds are from. Do you both go church? Were you planning to go church together? How did marriage come up? All of this stuff just seems a bit heavy for the first and second date. Then in the second month already contact has lessened, you know, contact has lessened. And so what I did is I did email her back and I said to her, look, girl, like, I'm a bit confused with some of the stuff you told me also, because, you know, you said no sex before marriage, but then you said that he's like a dad to you, but in a sexual way. Now, girl, I needed to clear that up because I can't be giving advice for anything that's insexual. What she came back and said to me was that, you know, he's like a dad in terms of that he looks out for her and he's not been sexual with her, but he used to come and like just stare at her for long periods of times, panting and breathing and looking in her eyes, and like basically I guess she kind of felt like he would have wanted to have sex with her. So I'm just like, right, I personally, what I take from this girl is that, number one, things have moved way too fast for both of you. I don't think either of you were ready for this type of relationship where you're going to put something like being abstinent, where you've decided that you're not going to have sex before marriage so early on in the relationship before you even know each other. And then on top of it now, you're doing heavy petting. You're doing heavy petting. And this is why he referred to, you know, not being able to stick in a relationship where so much emotional tests, because you guys rushed into it. That's how I felt. He's not ready. You're not ready. You're both so young. And what it is this. In the beginning, men will tell you anything you want to hear. If you say you want a Lamborghini, okay, babes, I'll get you a Lamborghini. If you say you want a mansion, okay, girl, yeah, we'll get you a mansion. If you say, would you marry me? Oh, of course I want to marry you. But saying and doing is 2 different things. So he might have told you that, yeah, we won't have any sex before marriage, but he could have 100% expected to be having sex with you, and maybe that was the emotional test that he couldn't take, and maybe that's why he thought, you know what, I can't do this. What I said I could do, I can't do, and he started to pull himself away. Also, if he's very focused on his career, you know, and you know, his promotion and moving himself on up, I know you said you're more laid back and you're more blasé as a young person, and sometimes for somebody that's very ambitious and, you know, striving towards their goals, they need a partner that is kind of doing the same thing. I'm not saying that you're not doing anything with yourself, girl, but girl, you've got time to message me on Instagram about this, and it's not that big of a deal, which means that maybe you just need to find some other things to occupy your time, because if he is the main thing that's occupying your time and you're feeling, you know, bored when he doesn't call you, that means that you haven't got necessarily much other things that you can put your attention to. And getting a hobby is something I would suggest, or, you know, just meeting up with friends and doing something that's going to take your mind off it. Maybe working on your own career, because as I said, somebody that's really career orientated and focused and driven, if they're going to be in a relationship, either you have to be kind of on the same level with them, or add in something to that helps motivate where they're going. So I think that might have been an issue. Even he might even have thought, you know, like, I don't know if this girl is that serious about her own life where I'm ready to commit, and especially say I'm not going to have sex before marriage to somebody that I don't necessarily know is, you know, who I want to be with in the long run. Maybe I just rushed into it, as I said again. So there's that. Also, you know, he could, like I said, just be upset that he ain't getting no ass. So if he's upset because of that, he could play those games where, you know, what men do nowadays, they, you know, they just don't pay you no mind until you come running back begging and you say, okay, look, I'm prepared to have sex now. And so she told me, should she contact him? And I said, no, girl, don't contact him. Number one, you haven't done anything wrong. You haven't done anything majorly wrong where he should be ignoring you. If he doesn't want that with you anymore, he should have told you that. He should call you. He should let you know. He shouldn't just ignore you. So I said, no, you don't contact him, you know. He's told you that he doesn't think he's ready. He said that out of his own mouth. She said that in the message. He said he doesn't think he's ready for this relationship. You can't force a man to be ready for something that he doesn't want to be ready for. So you have no reason to be chasing after him. No way. Don't do it. At the end of the day, focus on yourself is my advice to you. I even told her to log back onto PO Fish because I did respond to her quickly because she kind of wanted an answer straight away at the time. The video is in more detail. And what I would say to you, babes, is like I said to her, log back onto Plenty of Fish and start looking for the rest of the fish in the sea. Because as I've said before, there's plenty of fishes out here, girls. So never ever get so caught up on one guy that you just met 2 months ago and decided to be with on the second. No, get to know each other. And I'm going to be doing a video about how to stay in a happy relationship. And I finally, like in my old age, have found out, I realized what the key is. And the main thing is to get to know somebody and be their friend. Be their friend. And I don't think you guys allowed that at all. You didn't even get to know each other to then become friends. You know, friendships are things that grow and that are tested through just natural everyday situations and life that happens. You're there for your friends. You know, you spend time with your friends. You laugh with your friends. You cry with your friends. You have to get to that place with somebody. Then you're valid to feel the way you feel. But right now, I just feel like it's too early, babes. And I just feel like sometimes, I'm not saying you, but girls are really desperate for men and relationships to make them feel whole. And it's about making yourself feel whole by yourself. It's about learning what your insecurities are. It's about, you know, nurturing yourself, nurturing your personality, nurturing your life, nurturing your friendships. And when your career, and when you do all of these things, a man comes into the picture and he's adding to what you're doing and you're adding to what he's doing, and the relationship flows better like that. But when you're just sitting there bored, just, you know, everything in your life is about a man, it's never going to work out well for you, because it's almost like you exist because of a man. And for women that feel like they can't exist without a man, that's a lie. First of all, you wasn't born into a relationship. You was born of your mother. So, I mean, and there are people out here that don't have mothers. So if they can continue to live, so can you. So I know this is a little bit of a confusing advice. The information I was given was very patchy. So, I mean, I've given you the best advice I can with the information I've been given. If you guys think there's something that I've missed out, or you have some good advice for this girl, please comment it in the comment box below, because she is going to watch this video, so it would be helpful to her. And yeah, if anybody else has any more problems, please feel free to contact me. You can either message me on my Instagram, I guess, or you can send me an email, and I'll leave my email below where you can send your situations to. Please give me full details. I won't use your personal details in them, so names and stuff like that, but I'm happy to give advice where I can. And please stay tuned, because I know I said I'm only doing videos every Sunday, but I have a video coming up this week, because girl, certain things are happening on YouTube. And so I did an update recently. Well, my last video was an update, but I'm gonna have to do another update, because there's gonna be a kind of big change in terms of the channel. So I'm sorry about all the kind of changes that are taking place right now, but girl, it's not me. YouTube is acting amazing. So check out for my video during the week where I explain what that's about. If you go ahead and press the notification bell, which is right next to the subscribe button, then you will know when that video is up. Also check out all of my socials, so Channette Carleo on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter. Thank you to all of the people that have come and subscribed to my channel so far, shared my video. You lot are super lit, and I've got some really lit videos coming up in the future. But there will be some changes, so I hope you guys can stick around for that. I really do. I love you guys. And yeah, let me just get this video up now and go and sort out my hair, girl. I know it's crazy, but you know, I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.